high school brings along many fun activities such as prom and graduation. But for many seniors who choose to go to college, it also brings along a decision that will affect their lives for the next 4 years, and that is deciding which type of college they would like to attend. At just 18 years old, this decision can be both daunting and overwhelming. The biggest debate in choosing a college is whether a student would like to attend a small public college or a large state university. I have had the opportunity to attend both Indiana University Bloomington and Indiana University Southeast, which is much cheaper in cost and a much smaller campus. Being able to attend two very different types of colleges has led me to be able to decide which one I feel is the best. In my opinion, students should choose to go to a small public university because it is less expensive, there are smaller class sizes, and it makes the transition from high school to college less of a stressor. To begin, we will discuss the differences in tuition and room and board between a small public college and a large university. We will first discuss the prices of tuition. College sticker prices have risen more than 3 times at the rate of inflation since 1971, according to Goldie Buchman, author of American Higher Education in Crisis. However, tuition prices vary greatly depending on which type of college you choose to go to. Indiana University Bloomington has over 42,000 students, while Indiana University Southeast has only 6,000. We will be using these two colleges to compare the prices of large universities and small public colleges. Tuition for IU Bloomington is around $10,000. You must then add in the cost of room and board, which is over $9,000. At IU Southeast, tuition is $6,000, and again, room and board is around $6,000. Overall, by deciding to attend IUS over IU, students would save $4,000 on tuition and $3,000 on room and board, with a total of savings of $7,000 a year and over $28,000 for 4 years to obtain their bachelor's degree. A savings of $28,000 is substantial, not only for students, but for parents who are helping pay for their child's college tuition. This is especially true considering that the average American family with a median income of $50,000 for a family of 4 can no longer afford a 4-year residential college, stated by Thomas Snyder, author of the book, The Community College Career Track. By going to a cheaper, smaller college, students are reducing the amount of student loans that they will have in the future. According to a 2006 report done by the Senate Democratic Policy Committee, the average tuition for an Indiana student, the average debt for an Indiana student once they graduate is $18,000. Once students graduate, they are also under the stress of finding a real job and finding a place to live. Adding on the stressor of having over thousands of dollars in debt is something that can be very overwhelming and extremely intimidating. In an article published by the Chicago Tribune in February of 2012, Attorney General Lisa Madigan is quoted discussing student debt. She said, "Student debt poses a large and growing threat to the stability of our economy and could very well prevent millions of Americans from fully participating in the economy or ever achieving financial security. If students are able to lower their loans and future debt by attending a smaller college, it is a very wise financial decision." Now that we have discussed why attending a smaller college and cheaper college is better financially, we will discuss some of the positives when it comes to academics. Smaller class sizes have numerous advantages versus a large classroom setting. When you're attending a large university, it's not uncommon to be in a classroom with hundreds of students. However, when you're attending a smaller college, it's more likely that you'll only be in a classroom with 20 to 30 students. Bigger classroom sizes are not only distracting, but if you're a student that needs extra help or needs to ask a question, it can be hard to do that in a large classroom setting. Most professors actually ask you to not ask questions or save them till the end because they won't have time to get through their lesson if everyone's asking questions. According to the research in higher education in 1957, researchers Macomber and Siegel studied measures of critical thinking and problem solving as well as performance on conventional achievement tests. They found statistically significant differences favoring smaller class settings in changing students' perceptions about psychology and in problem solving in a marketing course. Also, smaller class sizes means that professors are more likely to take attendance. Although having to attend class can be a pain, it is the best way for students to make sure that they aren't falling behind. According to a study done by the American Education Research Association, attendance correlates strongly with both a high overall GPA and a high class grade. The transition from high school to college is one that many students struggle with. However, attending a smaller college can help make this less overwhelming. Many students are unaware how much extra responsibility will be placed on them once they are in college. Transitioning from high school to college can already be very overwhelming. However, by attending a small campus, this can be less of a factor. College junior Chelsea Layton, who attended University of Southern Indiana, a small campus, talked about her first year experience at USI. She discussed how starting off her college career at a smaller school was a great experience for her. USI was a smaller college and not very well known, but I loved attending there my first year. Being on a small campus made the transition of being on my own easier. USI made it clear to me that I wasn't just another student and they cared about my success, she said. Attending a smaller college helps lower the amount of stress that comes along with schooling as opposed to a large university. It is easier to find your way around campus, and a sense of community and connection is more apparent. Also, there are fewer students, so professors and advisors know who you are and care about your success. Although small public colleges get the bad rep of students not getting the full college experience, there are many positives to making this choice. Attending a smaller public college leads to having less debt and less tuition. There are smaller class sizes, and it makes the transition from high school to college less of a stressor. In the end, the choice of what type of college students want to attend is completely up to them. However, I would urge them to consider all the benefits that come with attending a smaller public college.